Although yesterday the market took a nosedive, today everything appears to be back to normal. Shiba Inu is making a gradual comeback. A migration of over 6.51 trillion Shiba Inus is underway. The indications are being dropped by the analysts. There is a concerted effort by everyone in the community. In just one day, around 4.6 million were sold. Even so, a monumental event is on the horizon. The president intervened and staunched the bleeding. Someone has announced new funds. Why is this taking place? What is the logic behind all of these? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Allow me to clarify. Important notice. After yesterday's precipitous decline, today appears to be shaping up to be a nice day for Shiba Inus. The price has begun to recover, which is great news for everyone keeping tabs on the market. It's encouraging to see signs of good recovery since it bodes well for the future. Almost gone is the Shiba Inu downturn that one Twitter analyst commented about. We must now soar to new heights. It aptly describes the current state of affairs. Shiba Inu appears to be preparing for another ascent after the drop. We seem to be witnessing the beginning of something new. Additionally, if this current trend continues, we may be in for some interesting times to come. However, let me explain. People are paying attention to more than just the price bounce. The figures are also somewhat illogical. According to experts, the number of Shiba Inu dogs being adopted has been skyrocketing. Shiba Inu has had a 7% increase in the past day. Now things start to become interesting. Influx of major holders has increased by a whopping 553%. A lot of money is going into the addresses that huge holders use, known as big whale addresses, because of this. Intakes of Shiba Inus increased dramatically from 1.27 trillion to 6.51 trillion, according to statistics compiled by Into the Block. Some major players are snatching up Shiba Inus according to this uptick in whale behavior, perhaps thinking that this dip is a great chance to get in before things get hot again. This unexpected enthusiasm from whales could indicate that they are preparing for the next upswing, given that meme coins like Shiba Inu have been hit hard by the recent crypto market sell-off. So the next few days might be interesting for Shiba Inus, what with whales getting more active and the price starting to rebound. However, you may be asking, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on? Why did Shiba Inu suddenly start feeling better? It all starts to make sense when we stand back and examine the broader view. Turns out Bitcoin is doing something quite similar to. Also, Bitcoin has made a strong comeback and it is once again making moves toward the 100,000 level. Its price dropped significantly when Trump announced tariffs, which caused investors to be afraid and uncertain. The market took a significant beating as a result of the widespread panic that ensued. The downward pressure, however, appears to be easing down at the moment, and the situation is beginning to level out. The market appears to be overcoming its fears and regaining its stability, mirroring the resurgence of Shiba Inus and Bitcoin. Then why is this recovery happening? It appears that the market fall wasn't the only one that came to a halt. There was also some positive news on tariffs. Actually, today it was revealed that Trump's tariffs have been temporarily halted. In a tweet today, an analyst from Twitter explained everything and said that things are looking up between Canada and Mexico. Following a fruitful meeting with Trump, Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto declared that his country will be deploying 10,000 National Guardsmen to the border to assist in the fight. Consequently, the tariffs will not be implemented for another 30 days. What this indicates is that there has been movement toward a possible agreement, which is encouraging. After a positive discussion with Trump, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau informed Canada that the United States would be delaying tariffs for 30 days. There is little doubt that these revisions are easing market anxiety, perhaps contributing to the recent upturn in the value of Shiba Inu and Bitcoin. Oh, and there's more. Additionally, Trump has mandated the establishment of a sovereign wealth fund with the potential to hold Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the future. The crypto market is blown away by this development. The price of Bitcoin swiftly recovered and reclaimed the $100,000 level following Trump's executive order to begin setting it up. A White House news release said that Trump has given the Treasury and Commerce Departments 90 days to devise a strategy for the fund. The economic advantages, investment methods, and governance structure of the fund will be detailed in this plan, which will be produced by the Secretary of Commerce, the Secretary of Treasury, and other important government officials. Improving America's long-term economic competitiveness without jeopardizing fiscal sustainability is the objective. Improving economic security, bolstering the United States' position on the world stage, and lowering tax burdens are all possible outcomes of the fund. So what gives Shiba Inu such a jolt? Sovereign wealth funds like this one are paving the way for widespread cryptocurrency adoption down the road just by having the ability to own cryptocurrency. The Shiba Inu's increasing market value and popularity makes it a likely candidate for inclusion in such a fund in the future. With more and more major players and institutional investors showing interest in crypto, Shiba Inu may find itself in the mix as it grows in popularity. This is worth keeping a watch on since it may significantly affect the future of Shiba Inus. The persistent work of the Shiba Inu community, particularly with the coin burning, is also contributing to this recovery. Shiba Inu has been subjected to an alarming increase in recent times. This group has really made significant headway in cutting down on the supply that is floating around in the last day alone. A recent tweet brought attention to the fact that more than 4.6 million Shiba Inu were given to wallets that cannot be spent. The burn rate has increased dramatically, increasing by more than 5 times its previous level. Because it decreases the overall supply of Shiba Inu, this kind of burn activity is important because it can help boost scarcity and eventually the value. It is now completely clear why Shiba Inus are showing signs of improvement. The catastrophe we witnessed was in reality merely a short setback, a normal component of the market's ebb and flow. When it comes to cryptocurrency, these kinds of fluctuations are par for the course. Although market fluctuations are inevitable from time to time, the current trend represents the market re-establishing its equilibrium. The fact that Shiba Inu is making a full recovery demonstrates that the breed is resilient and will continue to thrive despite setbacks. The story gets more intriguing from here on out. This latest drop might not have been totally organic, according to one observer. Some said it might have been an attempt at manipulating the market to sow panic, so that larger players may better position themselves for the subsequent move. This analyst thinks the plan all along was to terrify the market into submission so that major bullish news could enter the scene. As an additional tactic to set the stage for potentially massively positive crypto news this week, he went so far as to say that he feels this price fall could be imminent. That is really an interesting idea. If a major item does fall in the next days, the market could experience a significant upswing. Clearly, the latest accidents involving Shiba Inus are not the end of the road for these dogs just yet. Indeed, some experts are stating that this may well be an excellent moment to purchase. The outlook remains encouraging for those who possess Shiba Inus in the long run. When the market capitalization of Shiba Inus reaches a specific point, one analyst has made an intriguing forecast regarding the possible price. If Shiba Inu's market cap were to hit $150 billion, the price could go up a notch, according to Crypto Basic. Currently, the price of Shiba Inu is slightly lower than it was last week and month. However, if the market cap increases by more than 1,500%, there is a significant possibility that Shiba Inu's price might skyrocket by almost a quarter of a penny. Assuming the current supply of 589 trillion coins remains unchanged, this prediction stands. When we step back and look at the bigger picture, we can see that the potential for Shiba Inu's value to increase substantially remains very much alive despite the recent volatility. In the long term, this type of increase would be tremendous for Shiba Inu owners, and it is related